Yo, what's up everyone? Today we're gonna go over some of the settings that I use for Warzone Ranked and my PC in general. This is after the newest update on May 31st. So yeah, we're just gonna run through audio first. Again, this is a setting that I sometimes use, sometimes don't use, it really depends. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to whatever your playback device is, go to your properties, click enhancement, click loudness equalization, and then once you do that, you're gonna click settings and turn it all the way to short. Now this will make footsteps really clear and directional, so you'll be able to hear where people are coming from. The biggest issue I have with this setting, and the reason I don't always use it, is because it also makes some of the boxes really loud and can make it a bit difficult, I would say, to focus. It's not that you can't hear footsteps, it's not that you can't hear what's going on around you. In fact, everything is amplified and you can hear everything, but it can really rattle your brain sometimes. And so if it's overwhelming, turn it off, maybe give it a try, but it really does make footsteps better. I love it in multiplayer, but Warzone, I haven't used it so much, which is unfortunate because it does make footstep audio really, really clean. Now, Nvidia control panel. For me, this has been a godsend. I'm just gonna run through the settings briefly so you can see what I run. I've adjusted it for this new season, so give it a try, see what happens. Now, here you wanna be using the advanced 3D image setting under adjust image settings with preview. And then when you go to manage 3D settings, this is what I have on my computer so far. It's really getting the max out of my GPU, which is a 3060 Ti. There's some upgrades I want to make in my PC in the future, but this is what I have going on so far. So we have ambient occlusion off, anti-aliasing off, anti-aliasing mode on. And I'm just going to kind of go through these and you can copy them or figure out what works for your PC. Max frame rate off, low latency mode on, power management on, preferred maximum performance, preferred refresh rate, highest available, shader cache size, all that stuff. Make your shader cache size 100 gigabytes. Trust me, it makes a difference for your settings in Call of Duty. Yep, that's where we're at. That's the manage 3D settings, so give them a try. They've been great for me so far, really trying to get the max out of my PC, so those have helped. Now this setting has been a godsend. Some of you can run Nvidia's overlay, which will change the way your game looks. However, with this, I've found that I don't lose frames and I get the same kind of color vibrance that I want. So your brightness under adjust desktop color settings is always going to be 50. It starts out at 50, it's going to be the same. I believe contrast also starts out at 50. I've bumped that up to 65%. And gamma will stay at 1. It is at 1 when you open it, so just don't touch it. Hue I leave fine. Now this one right here, digital vibrance. This has been a game changer for me. So if you go to image 3 here, you can see, I think when you start it's at 50, right? So it is, you know, it's still colorful, still see things, but when you turn this up and you open Call of Duty, it just looks so much cleaner. It's been really, really helpful in terms of spotting enemies and seeing pings and things like that. So give that a try. It's really made a difference in my game so far, and I've loved it. So now we're gonna open the game. All right, now that we have the game open, I'm going to go to settings and graphics. Now display, it's kind of up to you. These are my settings for the display, but I'm not really going to go into that. Where we really want to focus is in quality. So you want to have a custom preset on. Render resolution should be 100. Now I switch between upscaling and sharpening options. I run Fidelity CAS or Intel XESS. I find with Fidelity it's a bit sharper for me. I do lose a few frames running that, but if you're on a card that isn't so great or your PC struggles with frames, Nvidia image scaling is great. What you want to do under image scaling is make your image scaling preset native. It'll start under performance and it'll usually look pretty bad. So make it native because it'll make it native to the game. And then you want to change your Nvidia image scaling sharpness down to 10. Now I play on 20 because I think my PC can handle it, but if you turn it down to 10, it turns down the sharpness a bit, but it's still great. You want to have your anti-aliasing quality on ultra quality, otherwise your game won't look great. And you want to have your video memory scale on 90. That's really important. I recommend this for anyone who, I sometimes even run it, but if you have a card that's below a 300 series, you probably want to try image scaling out. Now, texture resolution, I have as normal, texture filter, anisotropic high, nearby level of detail high, distant level of detail high. These make your game look clean. Again, you might lose a couple of frames. If you want to put them on low, you can try it out, but I recommend keeping them on high. It's just been overall really, really great. Clutter draw distance short, particle quality low, particle quality level very low, bullets impacts on, that makes no difference to your frames. Persistent damage layers off, shader quality low, tesselation off, you don't need that. On-demand texture streaming also off, don't need that. Streaming quality low, volumetric quality low, deferred physics quality off, water quality to default, so you can lose some frames if you have your water quality a little bit higher. Shadow map resolution very low, screen space shadows off, spot shadow quality low, spot cache high, particle lighting low, ambient occlusion off. This is very important. It's a frame sucker. It'll literally destroy your frames if you have this on, static, dynamic, or both. You don't need it in multiplayer or Warzone. If you're playing a raid or a co-op mode or the campaign, put them both on. Run everything as high as you possibly can. It really won't make a difference, but in multiplayer or Warzone, trust me, you want this off. Screen space reflections off, static reflection quality low, weather grid volumes off. You don't really need to know the weather. Nvidia reflex low, latency on plus boost. As it says, low latency mode is now enabled and optimizing system latency. Additional GPU clock frequencies are kept high in CPU bound cases. This can reduce latency but will increase GPU power draw. We love that. Depth of field off, forward motion blur off, weapon motion blur off. You don't want any of those on. Film grain, you can kind of set it to what you want. I run it at 0. Field of view, I play on 120. If you're on controller, there's some different theories out there about what you should run. A lot of people say 110 is really the perfect. I just, in this game in particular, feel really slow at 110. So I keep it 120. You definitely want to play unaffected. Don't want your gun zooming in your field of vision when you're shooting. You still want to be able to see everything. So if you haven't been playing affected, you need to change that. Open field of view wide, third person view 90. Don't really know what that means. Vehicle field of view, default, wide, narrow. I don't think it really matters. I guess you would want it on a wide. First person camera movement least. Third person camera movement least. Same thing. So that runs us through the settings in game. Essentially, I'll just scroll through my audio settings briefly. I recommend paying on push to talk, especially with prox chat. You want people know it, like knowing that you're running around. Then interface, I don't really do too much. I have it on default. Color customization, I'm on filter 1. Enemies red. I don't like changing it to pink, but again, completely up to you. And then I'm actually gonna take you through one more setting that I think is important, which we have to quit out to the desktop for. Now, if we go to settings here, go to settings, we go to gaming bar or gaming. Want to go to game mode, you want this on. It will ask you to restart if you have it off, so do that, but you definitely want this on while you're playing. And then here we're gonna go to privacy, scroll all the way down to background apps. You want this off. Let app run in the background off, because it takes away from the VRAM usage. It just uses up GPU, uses up all the things that you don't want while you're playing the game. Make sure this is off. It'll turn everything off. So yeah, that's essentially my settings. We're gonna get into a game real quick so you can see how my game looks and feels. So give it a try. Let me know what you think of the settings in the comments and leave a like. Thanks for watching.
Jesus. Yeah, that kid's been in all of our games today. Sakura boy.
Ooh, shoot this.
How many are there?
Three.
Oh, are we sure there's not someone else over here? I see someone shooting this
There's
way.
a bunch of guys in the water, Joey.
A lot of guys in the water, yeah.
This looks like it's coming off a shore right here, boys.
Yeah, there's so many kids over there. There's
Precision.
PA.
I'm floating for now.
I'm back in that spot.
Car
They're pushing,
coming
they're
your way.
pushing to us now, they're pushing to us now.
Car.
We have to get this car out, bro.
might go for this guy on the edge.
Gotta be in gas. He's dropping now. He's dropping now.
Jesus, man. I'm looking at my left now.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Come back to you. I'm coming back to you.
Right here.
Got movement.
5 remaining.
Still in front.
We're good. We're good. We got zone.
Yeah, yeah. Take a little space from me.
I'm gonna take this rock.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Gas is moving.
I have right. I have right.
Be advised, you have teammates outside the safe zone.
Make sure he doesn't wrap all the way left into the water,
I
Max.
know, I know, I know.
2v3. 2v3. Gotta be water kids, no?
Yeah, has to be, has to be, has to be. They're definitely in front of us, Lou.
Yeah, yeah, right on my left. Right on my left. Right here, right here.
Gas is moving in.
You have to pull to us. Don't die here.
Hold, fold, fold, fold. We have zone. We have zone.
Heard.
2v1v1. What the fuck was that laugh?
That should still be water, bro. Unless you rotate all the way left on us.
You've got gas inbound.
What
Safe
in the
zone
world?
relocated. You've got gas moving
I
in.
just got
You got
looked
that
at. I see
self
him, I
right
see
there.
him.
Zone now. You have an primary objective.
Let's go, baby.
Shit,
Come on.
boys.
Out there.
Over you.
What a fucking zone.